Is the press-on nail trend worth it? If you're a pro, if you're a consumer, should you partake in this trend? We're going to talk about it right now on the Biz Talk. Partake.
You partake?
I always say partake, and then I asked Tracey about, how to phrase this in my intro, and she said partake. And so partake it is. I love that word, partake. Shall we partake? It's very formal.
It's funny, the more you say it, the weirder it sounds.
Partake. Still weird?
Move on.
Moving on. The press-on nail trend. I think the first thing is this a trend implying that press-on nails they're going to be here and then they're going to go?
Yeah. In and out.
And when we're talking about press-on nails, we're talking about full coverage tips,
yes.
Right? Like we just launched a set of them recently, Black Friday. So we are in this business now with press-on nails for reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Is this something that the pro should consider? What about the consumer? How do you incorporate this in your business if you're a pro? How do consumers use the product? Let's take it step by step. Let's talk pro first.
Pro first.
If you're a pro, how are they going to incorporate this if they're going to partake in this trend?
Well, if they'd like to get involved in this trend.
Well, is it a trend first? Or
No. It's not. It's
okay.
not. It's temporary set. Let's that's
clarify.
What it is. Let's clarify.
So what do you mean? Like
the reason I say temporary set is it is not something you maintain. You either remove and reapply, or you just keep it temporarily for a party or something like that.
Yeah.
And then you remove them and you're done. So anything to me that isn't maintained, like they come in and I do a fill,
yeah,
is a temporary set.
Okay, so it's a temporary set. As a professional nail technician, let's talk about this first. As a pro nail tech that has a full clientele, right? Is this something that you're going to bring on? Or let me ask you this. What would be a situation that you would bring this on?
So I used to do temporary sets. It wasn't with full covered back in the day. We just didn't have it. It was,
okay.
It was kind of like a regular tip with like maybe a thin silk layer over the top. Oh, I'm aging myself.
Whoa.
Way back in the day.
Whoa. Just want to do that.
So, form parties, 8th grade graduation, anybody that was, wanting it just for 2 to 3 weeks or a month, until it grew out and you were done with it. I would have that. So,
okay.
Just in case. However, for me, I like to maintain.
Yeah.
So if I had I would probably have the coffin, the stiletto, and the almond laying around just in case, one of my friends' kids are doing something and they need a temporary set. I had a full clientele. I was not going to be doing that very often.
Right. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So full clientele.
I want to maintain. I do not want to have to soak something off. And I know there's some people that are doing that, and that's fine. Probably would have more of a need for it if I didn't have a full clientele, because then this is the party season. People are getting temporary sets. They do just want it for a month.
Totally.
So take advantage, use it. Practicing your nail art, things like that. This is what I use them because we do fashion shows.
Right.
Work amazing for stuff like that.
I think that as a full booked nail tech today, I still think everything you're saying is 100% true, but there's an opportunity to retail, right? There's an opportunity to put it on social media. So like you got a full clientele, obviously you're busy, but if you want to branch into temporary sets, and even during this time, with COVID and there's lockdown and it's open and it's closed and all this shit going on right now, excuse my language, but it's a little frustrating.
Young.
Tracey offended.
I am offended.
this, I think I see the need there with a full book. Somebody that typically would have a full book clientele, maybe there's some challenges. It's a great way to pivot and kind of look at other opportunities to retail your work through social media and sell. I've seen a lot of nail techs doing that. They're creating these custom sets, right?
Yeah. And that's great. So that is a different situation. So if we're talking everything's good, you have a full clientele, business is good, and would I feel a need to have it? Yes, I'd have a box laying around just in cases.
Yeah.
Would I be doing that on a regular basis? No. COVID has changed a lot of things. So, if I was locked down and can't do clients, I'm going to be trying to figure some stuff out.
Absolutely.
I'm going to try to, what can I sell these for? Yeah. Absolutely. I'm going to be giving it a whirl. Offering it to my customers that can't come in. Hey, I can't do you. However, you can still have my work.
Yeah.
Maybe put some certain looks on your Instagram page.
Absolutely.
Market it.
Yep.
So yes, that is a great way to supplement what you're missing.
Absolutely. And I think even like if things get back to normal, you should still you keep them. Maybe you create, not that you're going to have a lot of spare time if you're fully booked. Obviously, you're not going to have a lot of time, but I would still have as insurance. You just don't know when things are going to change, right?
Yeah,
have a little backup plan.
And like I said,
it's a good thing.
I would still, even with doing as many clients as I did,
have them.
Yeah. Just in case.
Okay, so let's talk about this then. For somebody that's trying to build a clientele, they're not fully booked. Let's say they're 50% booked, but they have quite a bit of open space. Would this be something that they could utilize, different from somebody that's got a full clientele, something that they can utilize to bring in more clientele, to expose their work to more people?
Yes and no.
I don't like it.
I'm going to be completely honest. So
no, I want you to be dishonest. Okay. Lie, Tracey.
Well, I'm going to be. I know I'm going to get some crap, is what I'm saying. I think it's great to bring them in, and like I said, right now there's parties. As much parties, Zoom parties. Right. A great way to market. Again, a great way to market. If you're selling them, things like that, like. If you're building a clientele, you're trying to make an income, use every possible avenue that you can have.
Correct.
Is this something I'm going to feature as my full sets? No.
Okay.
No.
Well, it wouldn't. It shouldn't be.
No.
Your full sets are your full sets. Like you have your main services of acrylic, of gel. Obviously, you want to build a business around maintenance long term. But if you're at 50% capacity, like you said, you should use every means to expose your work. Because let's say you've got somebody that's like, I don't want to wear acrylics,
right,
but I want to have a weekend set or a set for 2 weeks. Perfect, right? You're going to make some money.
Put it on your board, temporary sets,
right?
Last this long.
But even outside of that, it exposes your work. So, for example, that person then goes out and she's got friends that do wear acrylics and gels.
Yeah.
And obviously, these that you put on, they're going to look really good. They're going to get attention. So then what happens? Where'd you get those nails? This is my nail tech. She's amazing. I don't wear acrylics normally. I wanted to wear these for a couple weeks, but she does do acrylics and gels. Yeah. You should, dude, it's a great way to expose your work.
I think where I'm trying to word carefully is I have seen that people, this is how they're doing their full sets.
Oh, like they're building their business.
They're building their business this way.
Core.
And people are coming in 3 weeks. They're soaking them completely off and doing it again. And soaking them off and doing it again.
That's a lot of work.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah. It's hard.
It is. And I want, and if that's how you're comfortable and that's how you have to start, I get it.
Totally.
But please, let's work on those full sets. Let's, I love working on the tips. You know why? Because I can paint them. I can do all kinds of crazy art. Right. I don't have to worry about the cuticle area. I don't have to worry about any of that.
Of course.
I go to the show or the photo shoot and I slap those puppies on and
they're great.
They're great.
They're great.
But I try to hot tail it out of that building before the models come back so I don't have to remove them.
Right. Right.
So I don't want to see my client come back in 2 to 3 weeks and have to soak.
Right.
I'm against soaking for the majority of the part anyway.
Right.
I'd like to electric file. Electric filing these is more difficult because
you just wouldn't do that.
So that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like offer it. Heck yeah. You know.
Yeah.
Use it for what it is.
I think like this is, tips are even just tips in general, right? We always say we urge you to learn how to sculpt. We urge you to learn how maintenance. That's, this is like even we've sold tips our entire career because it's a great way to still do nails, right? As you're building your skills and as you're doing that, as you're building your clientele, is this something that you can offer as you're on your way to expose your work? Yes, and you should utilize every tool and always do that. But we're also going to tell you, like Tracey is saying, you need to build your sculpting, your acrylic game, your hard gel game. Yeah. Dude, we want the best for you. And this is where you're going to make the most money. And this is where you're going to, especially in maintenance, correct?
Yes.
Like maintenance of acrylic and gel is where you're going to make bank.
If you're pricing it right,
you're going to make bank.
There's no need for full sets. You're going to be making it off the fills. Now, what I would love to see them use these for, I think this, especially if you're building, do a bunch of sets. Like when you got downtime, have one of your friends that have great hands come in. You get these tabs, you put them on, photograph, get stuff for your Instagram, remove them because the tabs aren't glued down. That you just remove.
What are those? They're the tack, right? The tacky?
Yeah, they're called adhesive tabs.
Yeah.
Like you get them on Amazon. And I use those a lot for photo shoots when we have to remove and they're doing like different looks.
Sure.
And so cool because, I mean, you can bust it out while you don't have someone in front of you. Have someone come in, take those shots, build up that Instagram profile.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. That's another great use for that.
Yeah. And they're beautifully shaped, I have to say.
They're
because
insanely
they've come
beautiful, yeah.
a long way.
Yeah,
they
absolutely.
didn't used to look like that.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, they've had full cover for a long time, and it was like, ooh, no, the shape is no. These are beautiful.
So let's talk about this now. That for the consumer, for just the general consumer that wants to wear long nails, right? But they're also not obviously, like, this is not a long-term strategy for that we recommend, us, but it's still a great way to wear nails, beautifully shaped nails.
Yep.
It's still a great way to do so. But for the consumer, I think this is a great way that they could play, you know what I mean, and put these on and have these nails. If you're not someone that normally wears acrylic or gel and maybe you don't want to, right?
Or things are shut down.
Things are shut down.
I have no choice.
This is the biggest thing.
It's huge.
Yeah.
And I had clients that, every once in a while would come in and like they're used to wearing short nails, never wore nails, and they are going to their party or whatever, and they want them long. And It's funny, they walk around like it's completely foreign to them. They're just like trying to pick things up, but it's great for that.
Yeah.
Now, I just want to talk about this though because we posted about our tips, right?
Yeah.
And people are like, and we're selling it with glue, which I love. And people are like, they don't last. These last. Yeah. I have them on.
Still.
It's 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, they last. So it's perfect for someone sitting at home who's like, everything's shut down or I have that special party. They're not going to fling off that night and they're going to be beautifully shaped.
Right. Absolutely. And I love this option, for those purposes, for those purposes. At the core of doing nails and building your business, we're always going to recommend get your acrylic game, get your gel game, get your maintenance game strong. That's how you're going to make a ton of money and also not, work so hard in that process. You know what I mean? So super important. Still utilize this. I don't think it's like a trend where it's going to come and go. I think it's here to stay for particular uses that we went through.
It's been around for
a while.
time.
Yeah,
they
totally.
Just have
gotten better.
Way better.
Yeah,
like
totally.
They look good.
Yeah, they really look good, especially ours.
Yes.
I love. No, seriously though, like
hashtag sponsored by Young Nails.
Sponsored by Young Nails. I look at our tips though. Like I'm not just saying this. The shape of them They are beautiful.
They're beautiful. You know what would be cool too? Like, put one hand on, get that friend that's your guinea pig, your victim, and put one set of those on, because the shape is like what you want your sculpted nails to look like.
Totally.
Exactly what you, and then try to copy it on the other hand by sculpting.
good.
Get your practice down,
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
They are really beautiful.
Yeah, they are
the
beautiful.
arch, the curve, the everything is really great.
Let us know in the comments below, how are you utilizing full coverage if you currently are doing so. Would love to hear all about it. Tracey, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you next time on the Biz Talk.